I want to talk to you very quickly about this very important issue about which I have been getting a lot of questions from a lot of people. And that is how to balance time between work and family. And that's what I'm going to talk about, balancing time between work and family. This is one of the biggest questions that many of us are facing today. How to balance time between work and family? Well, the first thing that we need to understand is that if you want to balance your family and your work, the first thing that you need to do and I need to do is get some rest. Why rest? Balancing time between work and family starts from a restful mind and a body. A mind and a body that is not restful will make everyone around them restless. Trust me, when you are not restful, you don't think well. When you are not restful, you don't operate well. A restless person is never happy. Not only will they not be happy, they would become the reason of others people. You know what I'm talking about. We need to be restful. If you want to just adjust your family well, you want to adjust your work well, we need to be restful. Being restful is very, very important. Let me tell you, I'm a nurse by profession. And you know, a lot of problems that people are facing today is not because they are not working, but because they are stressed out, because they are always stressful. They are always restless. Being restless is going to bring you host of diseases. Restlessness shortens the lifespan of a person. If you are a restless person, you are going to be facing a lot of psychological problem. If you are a restless person, you are going to be hampering your performance. If you are a restless person, you're going to lose your confidence. If you're going to be a restless person, you're never going to reach your full potential. It is very important for us not to be a restless person, which means to say you need to give some time, you need to devote some time out of your schedule where you can just rest. You work throughout the week, but you do need to rest. We all need to rest in order to recover. What should we do about it? What does Bible says about it? Well, as I was meditating, and I came across this verse, and probably if you read Bible, if you start from book of Genesis, you will come across this word. But we read through this verse really quick, and especially because we live in a busy time and we have busy schedules, we just overlook many things in the Word of God. But let me just take you to this verse, which is in the book of Genesis, chapter 2, and you'll find this verse in chapter 2, verse 2 and 3. Look at this one. On the seventh day, God had finished his work of creation. And then Bible says, so he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy because it was the day when he rested from all his work of creation. Bible says that God called the day of his rest holy. This is exactly what we need to do. Rest from all, which means all. You read that word all in the verse. He rested from all his works. Folks, can I tell you, sometimes we do rest, but not from all our works. We have a habit of bringing some of the other work from the office to home. If you really want to recover, if you really want your family to be blessed, if you really want your work to be blessed, then we need to balance out time. And how do we balance out time? By getting some rest. When you are restful, you can think better. When you are restful, you can operate better. When you are restful, you are more creative. Your creativity will come out when your mind is functioning well. And your mind will function well when you are rested well. How would you strike a balance of time between your family and work if your body is continuously under a stress? If you want to bring that balance, if you want to bring in the work ethics, the first thing that we need to learn to do is just get yourself some rest. Bible says when God rested, he rested from all his works, which means he didn't leave anything on his mind so that his mind remains under pressure. He didn't leave anything on his heart that he's thinking about and pondering about, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. Let me tell you, as long as sun is coming up and moon is coming up, as long as it's going to be a day, as long as it's going to be night, let me tell you, the work will be there. Work is never going to end on this earth. As long as you live on this earth, work is always going to be there. But let me tell you, you can only work if you have kept yourself at a place where you can recover, rejuvenate, and be restful. Because when you rest, you gain strength. If you don't have strength, how would you work properly? If you do not work properly, how will you take care of the family properly? How would you take care of your family, of your work without strength in your body? And strength can only come when you have given yourself enough rest. Dear friends, I want to cry this out in front of you. Get some rest for yourself. Bible says that God took rest from all his works. All means all. Don't get your work from your offices to your house. And don't go to your bed with your laptops and with your phones and with your emails on. You're never going to get rest. Even on your regular basis, when you go to your bed, we got to take care that we don't take our cell phone in our bedroom. We don't take our laptops in our bedroom. Guys, let me tell you, God has made night. Night is a time to rest. Day is a time to work. Work in the day. Rest in the night. We are doing all opposite. We are working in the night. We are working in the day. We are not eating in time. We are not exercising. Our health is getting spoiled. I am telling you, if you want to strike a good balance between your work and family, if you want to give equal time and equal importance to your work and family, the thing is that you need to be restful. You can't take care of your wife. You can't take care of children. You can't take care of your work if your body is not restful, if you don't have strength in your body. You cannot do anything about it. Now listen, we can continue to cry about, I am tired, and then go back in the same old routine. You can be crying and say, Lord, I want to just be a blessing to my family. Oh God, I want to be more creative at my work. But guess what? You can be creative. You can take care of the family. There is no strength in the body. Not that you don't want to do it. Not that you don't want to take care of the family. But your body does not have enough rest. And guess why? Because you have pressurized yourself to work. And you think that the best of the best will only come out when you will work. But you are working out of a famished body. You're working out of a tired body. You're working out of a tired mind. So you are never restful in your heart. You're never restful in your mind. Guess what? You want to do something good to your family, but always bad comes out. You want to do something good in your work, but something goes wrong. You can't talk straight. You can't, you cannot relate with people in a very right way. Why? Because you're always stressed out. Friends, we need to give ourselves a break. A break is going to help you. Bible says God took rest from all his work. When you're resting, just don't bring little bit work from here, a little bit work from there. Sometimes we work out of, frustration. Sometimes we work because we want to please somebody. We take appointments where we should not be taking appointments. We need to rest. The word of God says that God rested. God rested, not Jesus, but Bible says God rested. But in New Testament, Bible says that Jesus would go out and he would just be alone with the Lord. He would give him time to think. He will give himself a time to, meditate on the word. He would give himself a time to be with the Father. Listen, Bible says in book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 2 and 3, not only Bible is saying that God took rest, but at the same time, Bible is also speaking something very powerful there. Bible says that God called his day, the day of rest, holy. Do you know that God called the day of his rest as holy? Can I tell you something? Sometimes we rest, but when we rest, we call the day of our rest as, we look at the day of our rest as if something bad is taking place, not as if something great is not as if something wonderful taking place. We curse the day of our rest. Oh God, if I could have done this. Oh God, if I could have done this. No, that's not the way you look at the day of your rest. Some of the people, when they take rest, they feel guilty. Trust me, when they take rest, they're so workaholic, they think that the whole world is running because they are working. Many times we think that our whole world is running because we are working, but we don't understand the day of the rest needs to be holy, which means to say you need to revere that day. You need to give honor to that day. That means that you need to you need to just honor it, because you have to understand, I have to understand that day of rest is for us to recover, to rejuvenate, and to go on. So if you want to balance, you want to have a good balance between your work and between your family, what to do, how much to do. Am I giving too much time to my work? Am I giving too much time to the family? And we aren't able to balance it. We aren't able to balance it because our bodies are not restful. When you have a restful heart, when you have a restful mind, you would be able to balance it out. You will be able to do work. You will be able to just be a blessing both to your work. You're going to be a blessing to your family. Now listen, wherever you are watching me right now, think about this. How many times we wanted to do good to the family, but we could not do? How many times we really wanted to do good in our work, but we could not do? Think about this. Why is this happening? Let me tell you why this is happening, because we are not restful. Some of you must be watching me right now, and I want you to just think about your mind. How restful has your mind been for a long time? Did you really get rest? Is your mind really at peace? If it is not, then we need to learn to just give our times to rest. Don't think about anything. How do I rest? I would rather want to rest with my gadgets away. I don't want to keep my gadgets with me, my phone with me, or don't sit I would not like to sit in front of television and keep watching something. I want to give my eyes some rest. I want to give my mind some rest. So how do I rest? I would really spend time with the family. I would spend time with a friend who can encourage me, who can strengthen me. I would spend time sleeping. I would spend time eating. I would spend time doing something that helps me to grow in God, that helps me to rejuvenate, that helps my mind to be more relaxed. I'm rather not going to do anything that is going to strain me out, because I want my body to recover. Rest is an integral part of your life, so that you can be more better, that you can be more powerful, that you can be more effective. I wanted to be effective in my life, and I'm telling you, if I don't rest, I cannot be more effective. I can't even bring word to you. In order to balance out your family, in order to find out what's the right balance to strike, first you need to balance yourself out. And one of the beautiful ways to balance yourself out is by giving yourself time to recover, to rejuvenate, and to rest. Now, second very important thing is, if you really want to strike a balance, understand the importance of time. Many of us don't understand the importance of time. We need to give value to time. If you want to strike a good balance between your work and between your family, you need to have understanding of time. What does Bible speaks about time? Now, this is what book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 says. I'm reading for you from verse 1 onwards. For everything there is a season. Look that word. Bible says everything. God is saying you can do anything and everything, but for everything there is a season, which means to say if you do things out of season, it's not going to be fruitful. It says there is a time for every activity under heaven. Yeah, you can't do everything. For example, you want to be watching a movie. You're watching a movie when it's time to sleep. Then what is the time when you're going to get up? Because you're watching the movie in the time when you have to sleep. Many times we want to just be awake late night and spoil our health. See, have value of time even in your family, so that you can recover when you're preparing for a day of rest. When you're going into a new day. I'm saying understand the value of time. Now, when it is the time to sleep, you're still on the phone. There is a time for everything. You cannot be on your phone where you need to sleep. You cannot be asleep when it's time for you to get up. That's why many of you may think of, let me go to the gym, let me get my health all right. But in the night, you gave into your cell phone, or you gave into your, watching of television or whatever it is. And now when you get up in the morning, you're, how to go? Why? Because you did not discern the time. You did not discern the season. There is a time for everything. Bible speaks about it. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 2 onwards. A time to be born, time to die, time to plant, time to harvest, time to kill, time to heal, time to tear down, time to build up, a time to cry, a time to laugh, time to grieve, time to dance, a time to scatter stone, gather stones, a time to embrace and time to turn away, a time to search and time to quit searching, a time to keep and time to throw away, a time to tear, a time to mend, a time to be quiet and time to speak, and time to love and hate, a time for war and for peace. Look at verse 9. This is beautiful. What do people really get for all their hard work? I have seen the burden God has placed on us all, yet God has made everything beautiful for for its own time. I love this part in the Bible. Bible is saying there's time for everything, and then verse 11 says, yet God has made everything beautiful in its time. Do you know what does that mean? Which means to say, listen, you have to do your work. Do whatever God has placed in your hand. Go to your office, go to your workplace. Do whatever you have to do. But don't be bothered by the work that you're doing. The reason why we can't strike balance between the family and the work is because we are always bothered doing what we are doing. We are always pressurized by the people, sometimes by bosses, by so many pressure that life brings in. Man, I want to do this, I want to do that. Why? Because you are ultimately all the time under the pressure of what the result is going to be. Can I tell you something? Bible is telling us, Bible is teaching us that God makes everything beautiful in its time. For example, you can sow a seed and wait for a seed to turn into plant and then to give you the fruit. Now listen, some of you are just bothered about what if I'm going to sow the seed and if the plant would not come out. My friend, our work is to sow the seed and then rest and allow God to do something with that seed and let that seed become a plant, and then wait and just water the plant, and then again wait on God so that the plant may give you the fruit. We cannot be just bothered by thinking, what if I put the seed and the seed does not turn to plant, and what if that seed turns to plant, then the plant would not give us the fruit. I mean, this is just bothering yourself down. We have not even taken decisions in our life that we have just, or rather, let me put it this way, sometimes we take decisions to do something, but even before taking decisions, we are so bothered about so many things. Why? Because we think that, what's going to happen if this does not turn out good or that does not come out good. No. Listen. Time is the key. Understand that God makes everything beautiful in His time. If you want to strike a good balance between your family and between your work, you need to have discernment of time, which means to say that you can do your best and then let God take care of rest all the things. My friends, if you really want your family to be happy, if you really want your work to be happy, start giving importance to time. Start discerning time. What must be done first? Learn the importance of what is important versus what is urgent. Sometimes, sometimes we just keep thinking, if somebody calls you up, we got to be, as a pastor, for example, for me as a pastor, somebody can say, I'm just going for a meeting or preparing for a meeting, and somebody goes, this has happened, can you just come over? Now, I have to understand, I have to just talk to a person and find out whether is my coming there is urgent or is it really important? Because I may be doing actually something which is very important for me. For example, making the sermon because I need to preach. And I may just leave all my work and run for that urgent work that they are calling, which may not be even important. Finding out the difference between the urgent and the important, we give in our time for those things where it is not necessary. It is very important for us to discern time. How do you strike a balance between the work and between the family? When we learn the importance of time, we would understand, which means to say, you define your work time and you define your family time. You define your good work time and you define your good family time. Listen, if you strike the balance, when it is the time to work for the work, we are still thinking of the family. And when it is the time for the family and the family, we are thinking of the work. So when we are working, we are thinking of the family. When we are in the family, we are thinking of the work. We don't give 100% to either of them. This is very important, to strike the balance between the work and family. When you're working, you're working. When you're with the family, you're family. You're not going to be disturbed by any work. Develop that sort of an ethic within yourself that I am going to value my time. I'm going to value my time. When I'm at work, I'm working. When I'm at home, I'm at home. I do not bring work to home and I do not take home to my work. When you define it, the things are going to be better for you. The things are going to be important for you. The things are going to progress for you, and you will feel blessed within yourself. So these are two very important things that I think are very vital, that is in my heart, that I wanted to bring it to you. Because of my care and concern for many people in the kingdom of God, whom I think can be more effective, but they could not become more effective because they did not understand the difference of the importance of time. So value time. Time is very, very important for our life. At the same time, not only the time, remember the first thing that I shared with you, you got to be restful. After being restful, when you understand the importance of time, you will be able to take care of the family. Now, coming to the family part, there are a couple of things, that I really wanted to share with you when you're striking this very critical balance between the work and family. It's not an easy thing to just balance out both the work. It's not an easy thing to do for anybody, any one of us, but through the grace of God, through the help of God, we will be able to strike the balance. Now, see, many of the people think that the work is more important than family, where some people think family is more important than work. Let me tell you, both are equally important. And God has given you family to enjoy, and God has given you work, and both work and family is important. You have a family, but you don't have a work. How would you run the family? If you have the work, but you have no family, then what are you working for? You see, work and family both are important. God gave us both. God gave Adam the work, and then he gave Eve. You see, he have Eve and he has work, so he keeps himself busy with the work. God blesses the work, and the family runs. And because you have a family, you love to work. You see, it's a very beautiful thing. If you look at the mystery of both work and both family, both are important. Work is important for the family. Family is important because you're working. Otherwise, why are you working? This is important. But at the same time, we got to understand that they both things, both the family and the work, are interdependent. But at the same time, there are works where you have to think about them separately. Okay, this is my work. I'm going to only think about my work because work is important, because I need to run the family. Then when you come with the family, you just think of the family. Now, family is important. I'm going to give my 100% to the family because family is more important than work, because this is a mystery. This is a mystery. This family and work is a mystery. And I pray that, we may come to an understanding that both family and work is important. Both are interdependent on each other. I have said that again and again in this program, and I'm saying that again. If you have a family, you need to work. But you work because you have a family, and they both go together. Bible says, where your treasure is, there your heart is going to be. Sometimes we make only the work our treasure. No, you don't make only the work your treasure. Likewise, you don't make only the family your treasure. Many people love the family so much, they have left the work, and then you know what? The things went out of balance. They did not know how to just take care of the family. You love the family so much that you left the work. No, if you really love the family, you'll work. But at the same time, we love the work so much that we leave the family. No, you don't work so much that you leave the family. Both are important, and we need to understand to strike the balance between the two. Now listen. It is very important that while we are working so much, we may find time for our family. Work is important, but family is also equally important. Truly speaking, if you take our balance, the beam balance, and you put work in one place and family in one place, you would find, according to the statistics, that the work has gained more weightage than the family. Today, we give more importance to work than that of a family. But let me tell you, if you really want to have a good life, if you really want to have a fruitful life, if you really want to have a life that is full of joy, you need to strike the balance between both work and family. Friends, can I ask you, weigh on your balance, weigh on the scale. What do you think? How much time do you give to your work, and how much time do you give to your family? Do you really enjoy time with your family for whom you're working so hard? If you are not, then you need to make time. Let me tell you, many people say this: we don't have time. Friends, we don't have time. We make time. We make time. We may not have time, but we make time, which means I'm going to schedule out a time for my family. I'm going to schedule out a time for my wife. I'm going to schedule out time, for my children. Even in the family, between the husband and wife, they need to balance out time between being together and being with children. And I speak that just like this. You can be a parent, but you should not forget that you are also partner. We need to balance that out. You want a happy family, you want a blessed family, you want to have a good balance between work and family. You need to balance out family within family. You have to balance out work between work. Balancing out a family between family is like this. You can be a mother, you can be a father, but you overly give so much of time to your children that you have forgot that you are just not the parents, but you are also the partner. Strike a good balance even in your relationship to have a blessed family and to have a fruitful work time. Because a person who is always fighting within the family, when they go to work, they are not very happy. So it is very important for us to strike a good balance, even in the family, even with the even in our work. So it is very, very important. Strike a good balance. Good balance. Remember, you are just not parents, but you are also the partner. And also spend good time with your partners. If you want to have a very good family life, if you want to have a very good work, if you really want to balance this out, understand that you need to have some good working hours, and with that you also need to have good wake hours with your spouse, with your family. Sometimes we are working so hard that we are left with no good time for our family. And if we are in the family, we are in the family in those hours where we are completely strained, where we are completely drained. Friends, let me tell you, we have to give time to our family. I pray this prayer that the Lord may lead you, keep you, and guide you. Lord, I speak blessings upon them who are watching me and wherever they are watching me. I'm praying, bless their life and bless their work and bless their family. May the Lord be with you as you learn and put the scriptures to use. God bless you.